Hello guys, so today's topic for our discussion is the solitary reaper. Solitary, what do you mean by solitary? Solitary का मतलब क्या होता है? Alone, lonely. Okay, अकेला, single person. And reaper here represents काटने वाला. ठीक है, काटने वाला यानी कि इस poem में there is a girl who is reaping or cutting the grains. So here the solitary reaper means she is alone in the field reaping the grains. She is doing her work lonely. Okay, there is no one in the surrounding. This poem is written by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a romantic poet. Romantic not in the sense of romance, love. William Wordsworth has had love for nature. And most of his poems are based upon nature. William Wordsworth is a romantic poem. So let's talk about Solitary Reaper. The Solitary Reaper, I'll give you first the introduction part of it. So this Solitary Reaper is a lyric poem. Lyric, lyric poem. Okay, do you understand the meaning of lyric poem? Lyric poem is a formal type of poetry which expresses personal emotions or feelings. Means here the personal emotions or feelings refers to William Wordsworth. In this poem, a man, means William Wordsworth, the speaker, is standing far away from the field looking at the girl singing. Okay, so in this poem, William Wordsworth has put in or expressed his emotions, his personal feelings in this poem towards the girl. It's typically spoken in first person. This poem was written or published in 1803. This poem was written and published in 1803. It's in straightforward language with 32 lines and 4 stanzas. This poem was inspired by him and his sister Dorothy's stay at a village at Sethaire in the parish of Balquhidder in Scotland. This poem's main setting is in Scotland. Okay. So let's talk about rhyming scheme of this poem, which is A, B, C, B, D, D, double E, D, D, E, E. Okay. This is the rhyming scheme of the poem. Now let's move on to the first para, यानी कि explanation of the poem. Behold her, single in the field. Behold means look, dekho. Look at her, single in the field. The whole field is full of grains and she, a girl, her is mentioned, so she. There's a girl standing in the field. So the poet is saying that look at her alone in the field, that Scottish girl. As the setting is in Scottish, so obviously the girl is a Scottish girl. Now look at her alone in the field, that Scottish girl by herself over there. Yon solitary grassland lass. In the whole grassland and in the whole field there is only one single girl. Solitary means alone, so she is alone, single in the whole field. Wordsworth, during one of his journeys in the countryside of Scotland, he saw in a highland a girl walking in the field alone. Highland means a high area of mountains. Okay, high area of mountains. Reaping and singing by herself. She is cutting the grains and singing to herself. Okay, she was singing without knowing that she was singing. She was so engrossed in singing that she didn't knew that someone was listening to her song. Okay, from far away. She was so much into singing and doing her work. Stop there. Stop here or gently pass. Here the poet wants to say that poet doesn't want to disturb her solitude, her work. So he requested the passers-by, anyone who is going. Okay, this is. The girl was alone in the field. There was a road in which many travelers were passing. Their speaker was standing and listening to the girl. So anyone who was passing from there, the speaker asked them not to disturb her, requested them to pass by without disturbing her. Okay. Alone she cuts and binds the grains and sings a melancholy strain. Melancholy here means sad. Sad. Strain means song. Sad, stronger, या फिर sad lines. Okay, she was singing sad lines. She was so immersed in her work that she was cutting and binding while singing a melancholy, sad song. Melancholy song means sad song. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. What is overflowing? What does flow? Water flows. Okay. Water flows, so water is overflowing. So we can take it as the poet says that the sad beauty of the song. Why sad beauty? Because she is singing melancholious strain, means in a melancholious voice. So we can make out that by listening to her voice that she is singing a sad song. So here the poet is saying that the sad beauty of her song, that the whole valley seems to overflow with its sound. Okay, the whole valley is overflowing with her sound. The valley is overflowing with her music. Okay, sound here refers to music. Overflow, water overflows, but here is not mentioned of water. So her music is overflowing with the sound. The whole valley is overflowing with her sound. I hope you understood the first 8 lines of the first paragraph. Now let's move on to the next. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands. No nightingale. You might be knowing nightingale is a bird who sings. Cuckoo here is also a bird who sings. Okay. So here the poet is comparing the voices of girl and the nightingale. So poet says that the poet here is comparing the young woman's song with the nightingale and cuckoo. Okay. So the most celebrated bird of writers, and most of the writers, if they are writing about song, so they mention the birds like nightingale. Okay, most of the poet mentions nightingale or cuckoo. So here Wordsworth also mentioned nightingale, and he's comparing the voice. Okay. So basically here the poet complains that neither nightingale nor a cuckoo sang a song that is sweet as hers. Okay. He says that no nightingale has sung a song so soothing like for the very travelers. Okay. Here it's written that more welcome notes to very bands of, very means thaka hua. Okay, tired. Very means tired. So of travelers in some shady haunts among Arabian sands. When the travelers are passing through, if they'll hear a very soothing song, it's like soothing to all the travelers who are tired, who wants to rest, and this song is like a soothingness for them. Okay. For the song of the girl has stopped him. Why? Because the travelers stopped to listen. Here William Wordsworth is also a traveler. He has visited Scotland and he's stopping here to listen the song of the girl. Okay. So the song of the girl has stopped him, Wordsworth, from going about his business. Means he left all the things. He's standing there alone. The girl is also alone. He's looking from far. The girl is singing. Okay. So the girl's song, the girl's voice has made him stopped from any other business. Okay. So next is, a voice so thrilling, near was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest hybrids. From these lines of this stanzas, the poet wants to say that her voice, the girl's voice, is so thrilling and penetrable. Okay, penetrable means transparent. Is possible to understand, like that of cuckoo bird, which sings to break the silence of the hybrid islands. Hybrids. What is hybrids? Hybrids is a group of islands in Scotland. Okay, hybrids. So what does cuckoo birds do? Cuckoo birds sings to break the silence of the seas. Okay, so here her voice is so penetrable like the cuckoo bird. Okay, she was doing her work, no voice was there, everything was calm, but her voice is only, therefore she is singing, and the speaker from afar could hear her voice clearly. Okay, because there were no other sound there. Okay, it's like the cuckoo bird who sings to break the silence of the hybrid islands, breaking the ocean silence around the Scottish Islands. Obviously, islands has ocean surrounded by its side. So the bird sings to break the silence of the ocean. Okay. Now I hope you understood. If you have a doubt, please comment me. I'll try to clear it. Okay. I'll also make videos on your comments if you. Okay, fine. Let's move on to next para. So here. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the penetrative numbers of flow for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. Here the poet is saying that here the poet has visited Scotland, so it's obvious if you can say that the poet Wordsworth didn't know Scottish language, and the girl was a Scottish local girl, so she was singing in Scottish language. So the poet couldn't understand. Therefore, he's saying that there is also no one who will translate the poem or the song which the girl is singing to him. Okay, there is no one who can tell me on what topic or on what theme the girl is singing her song. Perhaps the plaintive, because it was a melancholy song, so the Wordsworth is just making things of his own, that it's because it is a melancholy song. Perhaps she's singing sadly for her old tragedies and ancient battles. She might be remembering all old things, for unhappy things which has far off went well. She's remembering here the past. Okay, ancient battles she's remembering of. Okay, so here the poet is thinking that because it is melancholy song, so might be that girl is remembering the past things, the unhappy things. Okay, about the old tragedies and old battles which were fought long ago. The unhappy things which were gone long ago. Or is it some more humble lay for familiar matter today? Okay, so here, or perhaps he says that it is a humble, simpler song. It is a humbler lay, means it is, or perhaps it's a simple song about some present sorrow or present pain. Okay, which she's suffering to, or familiar matters of day-to-day life. Okay, some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been maybe again. So here, next last two lines of this stanza, the poet is saying that, or further wonders if that is about something that has been happened in the past, and she is afraid that it will be again. It will reoccur now. Okay, so here basically the poet is thinking of three possibilities of a song. First, the unhappy past battles, okay, and day to day about present sufferings which she is going through, and the loss or pain or unhappy things which might again happen now. Okay, I hope you all understood this. Let's go to our fourth and last stanza, line number 25 to 32. Whatever the theme, the maiden sing. Maiden is here the girl. So poet is saying that poet has come to a conclusion, okay, as if her song could have no ending. Okay, the poet here has come to a conclusion and saying that whatever the girl was singing, it is not going to end. Okay, the song has no ending. It is not going to end. Not only her song, but also her suffering sound like never ending. Okay. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle binding, I listened motionless and still. The poet is saying that he saw her singing at her work, or he saw her singing at her work. Yani ki what work she was doing? She was sickle binding, means she was cutting and binding the wheat. Okay, the poet says that he saw her singing quite some times while she worked, while she was cutting and binding the wheat. Okay, the poet means I listened motionless and still. The poet was standing still and listening. He was so engrossed in that listening to the song that he couldn't realize he was standing still and listening to keep on listening to that song. Okay, and as I mounted up the hill, means as I went towards up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it heard no more. Means the girl is, if the girl is here, okay, and the poet is standing here listening to her song, he's saying that I am standing still and listening to her song, but as he went far away, because he also had work, so as he went far away, the voice seemed low. Okay, the voice seemed to be fading away, but the music of that voice, of that song, of that music is being carried in the heart of the poet. The poet still has that music in his heart. Poet has still remembered this music in his heart long after it heard no more. Then after that, when poet went, he couldn't hear this, and nor after in his entire life he has heard it once more. Okay, he just had the music in his heart. Okay, now we have come to the end of the poem. I hope you found it interesting and it was useful for you. There is one main theme in this poem which I would like to discuss. One main theme. Okay, one main theme is the poem, that is everlasting beauty and sorrow. Sorrow here is the melancholy song, and everlasting beauty is the beauty of the nature, the beauty where the girl was standing and doing her work. That's the beauty of the nature. Okay, she was working and singing at the same time without being bothered by her surroundings. She does not notice the speaker is listening and enjoying her song. Okay, she just continues as if she is outpouring her heart out in the lap of nature. This is the beauty. Okay, the poem expresses the theme that simple moments can have extreme beauty and can soothe our souls for a long time afterwards we stop. Okay, so let me finish this video. I hope it was meaningful and useful to you.